Welcome, fight fans,
to the Fighters Boys Kickass Podcast.
Your Fight Talk Authority.
Not to mention the most entertaining and talked about podcast with your kick-ass host, Richard Ortiz.
You mad? Come at me, bro.
And his loyal kick-ass co-host, Senor Cole Escovedo.
Streaming live and worldwide.
Coming to you all the way live from a little place somewhere in Cali. The Fighters Boys
Kick-Ass Podcast.
Fresno, California. We're live here in Mad Production Studios. The Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass Podcast. The Fighter's Voice. The only voice that matters. We're simply knocking out the competition. Cole Escovedo, my co-host with the most, the UFC veteran, the Apache Kid. Together, the tag team's back together in studio. You know, I was on, taking care of a little bit of business. Cole held it down, beat everybody around, and, hey, I didn't skip town.
So we held it down like a squirrel.
Yes. I just got to bust right into it. Nate, right? Nate. Mm-hmm. I mean, picture Nate.
Ren,
yes.
Yeah. No smiles?
No smiles.
Yeah.
No. Well, he almost smiled.
If we were a gang, like a mobster gang, he'd be called like No Smiles or something. Or he'd be called Grins or something.
He almost smiled the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you take him to a strip club?
Well, I was pretty close. Somebody was getting stripped.
Oh, shit. What happened?
Yeah. Well, just look at his content. I mean, he's
dude's pictures. Everywhere. Guy's everywhere.
He is everywhere.
Guy is everywhere.
Did you ever talk to me? Did he inbox you at all?
Yeah, we talk every now and then, yeah.
Okay, because he really wants to an exhibition.
He wants to do an exhibition match for like a fundraiser type charity event type thing. I was like, okay, cool, it's keeping you posted.
Yeah, because at first he asked me, hey, do you think he'll do it? And I said, he'll be open to it. He goes, I go, just explain it to him. And it's hard to explain on text. You
lose stuff in the context, but I'd have to go and get in shape for that.
Oh,
I've never done one of those. It'd be a weird scenario, like. It could be a really awkward scenario.
Yeah, especially if he starts, throwing some haymakers like, "Hey, kid, let me remind you who's boss here."
Well, I mean, there's just that. I mean, there's, I don't know. I've seen charity exhibition matches go really well and really beneficial and stuff, and I've seen some that are really fucking sideways.
Well, yeah. I mean,
like the guy just. I'm not saying that's this scenario, but I've seen like people take things too seriously.
Yeah, well, I mean, nobody likes to get hit in the face.
Well, it's you get cracked, it's different.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the news right here. It's official. I mean, I have not seen the press conference officially take place. I mean, I'm behind on that because I was, a little busy at work today, and it's hard to bring out your phone because your phone is your laptop and your computer, your device. But we're talking about Anthony Joshua. And Mr. Reese Jr., my man, Andy the Destroyer.
So now what?
June 1st, Madison Square Garden, New York City.
Do we know what happened, like how that happened?
Well, Big Baby was supposed to fight him, and he tested positive, for a couple of things that he shouldn't have. So they offered the fight to King Kong Ortiz. He turned it down. I mean, I don't know anybody who would turn down $7 million, right?
Man, that'd be a hard turn down. Well, it depends. What kind of money does King Kong make on a regular basis?
Not that.
That doesn't make
no.
The seven figures?
Not only that big payday, he would have had an opportunity to dethrone the champion and change everything. You may not get that opportunity ever again. Heaven forbid anything happened to him. Heaven forbid he just says, you know what, this sport isn't for me. That was a great opportunity. And I'm not saying, to do it for the money, but he's not going to do it for free. Do it for the opportunity to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Part of that value is that belt, and it's the potential of well, dude, look, you take a little less short notice now. Yeah. You win, you want to win, you're going to win, right? You get with them on that.
Actually, I thought he would have had a good chance to win.
Yeah, it becomes title defenses down the road. Not, you had a good title fight, here's this. It's no, you do your job, your next fight is a title defense. Like, there you go. It's a quick, basically when you get those last minute phone calls, it's like you can wait in line with the dregs like everybody else, and they just come all of a sudden, they go, hey, come here. You want to go to the front of the line? No, don't worry about it. I got you. You want to go to the front of the line? Yeah. Okay, go on.
Exactly.
Go on. Exactly. Don't listen to anybody else.
Here's the thing. You can be in tremendous shape. You can be undefeated completely, and the powers that be, you may never, ever get an opportunity at a title like this before. The heavyweight championship of the world. Your whole life can change. Well, being that said, last time we had Andy Reese on the show, he was getting ready to fight
that weekend
on the undercard of Danny Garcia that weekend, and I mentioned it to him. I said, hey, well, and he didn't want to get ahead of himself. He said, no, I'm going to concentrate who I have in front of me. But sure, that would be lovely. I would love to take that opportunity.
We did have that conversation with him. Yeah.
Lo and behold, everything fell in place.
That's right. That's
now,
right.
I don't know the exact figures. I don't know about the numbers, but
his
life's about to change.
Yeah,
especially if he lands that destroyer right hand or that hook to the body.
Just has that Cinderella ending for him.
Cinderella beginning for him.
But yeah, I could see of just about any amount they threw at him. Well, I mean, within reason, nothing totally insane, but money, if it's got to be a jump in the opportunity alone.
I'm sure there's that extra zero that changes his life.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably just toss another zero on there, which realistically all they're doing is they're taking a zero from what they would have paid this guy, and they're just going, yeah, dude, just add another zero into there. We're still saving $100,000. Just give him another zero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a win-win. It's everybody's really winning here. The only other question variable you would have is for the fans. Like, you've got the promoter win because they get to save their main event. Joshua wins because he gets a title fight.
First time in the States.
Exactly. And then Andy gets a title fight last minute. So it's a win three ways there. Then the only real question is, are the fans winning? You've got a guy that just came off a really good win. He's ready. He's motivated. He's not a bad role model. He's not anything like that. He's a good motivational guy. He's got a real good goal on what he wants to do with his boxing career. Good. So it's a win-win for everybody. It's a real good equation. It's one of those...
Well, I say it's the main event.
Right times, right places kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And, we'll touch some more on that because he's going to be calling in a little while. I think he's doing wrapping up with some press and maybe some last-minute workouts because he's been posting a lot of things. He's been very active on social media, which I would be too.
It's June, right? June 1st, you said?
Yes, June 1st.
So that's that's a month from today. That's 30 days from today. So
he could have said, you know what, I'm not in shape or I need more time. No.
Dude, you could, but you'd be silly because then you'd be like, okay, because that opportunity right there, when they call you and you make that excuse of, oh, man, I'm going to need I'm going to be doing a month or so and then I can get into a camp and then, what do you got after that? Dude, good luck, because all you're doing is telling them that you're not always ready. Like if Dana White called me right now and said, hey, Cole, I got a fight for you in like 3 weeks, pays $10,000 flat, we'll top another 10 on if you win, or 10 flat and we'll give you a 3-fight contract after that. I'm not even close to fight camp shape. You know what my answer would be? Where? Exactly. I would fucking lie my ass off and say, where? Totally. When you need me there, Dana. What weight?
Yeah.
35.
What
cool.
weight? What weight?
I don't need those fingers. I don't, it's just, you have to be able to tell the promoter when they call you last minute, hey, can you do this? Dude, you have to be able to, because if you don't, you're always telling them forever.
Well, you need to let them know you're their go-to guy.
Exactly.
And it's just not with boxing, just not with MMA. It's with life. Are you ready? Here's this opportunity for a job. Here's this opportunity, maybe the woman you've always wanted to date. Well, her old man left her, and this and that. And are you ready for that?
Work?
Exactly. You've been holding the clipboard. Put little Johnny in.
Like this.
Well, that probably doesn't sound too good on a date. Put little Johnny in
like this for a while, and all of a sudden he saw a crack and went,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, I see it. Last minute opportunity, but no, last minute opportunities
define
are daily.
that. He saw a crack in what?
Saw a crack in the friend zone, dude. Said hi.
Okay.
But last minute opportunities are just things that propose them. Andy could have easily said, "Oh, I just had a fight. I need to take a couple weeks off." No, it was, "I just had a fight. Are you hurt?" No. Fuck yeah, let's go. I mean, if it were just any other random fight, they might sit back and go, "Nah, hold on. We need to recoup from this one, and then we'll go from there." Or they might have said, "Yeah, no, we'll take another one." But the opportunity is unpassable.
A great opportunity. Yes, I mean he will be a household name.
He will, and
see the thing about his mind frame is, okay, guys, I'm not just taking the fight. He said, I'm winning this fight. I will be victorious. He said, I will be the heavyweight champion of the world, the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, and American grabbing the other half of the heavyweight titles.
Because there's a couple up for grabs, right? There's like 3, right?
Yeah. No. Yes. He has the IBF. He has the IBF, the WBO, and the WBA.
Yeah.
So
you got a triple unification belt going on.
Yes. In the WBC, we already know our other guy has it.
Yeah.
It should be, and I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with this. It should be Tyson Fury holding that WBC belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he won the last time.
Well, this will make good for an opportunity. Once you have, I feel like we're talking about infinity stones here. It's like once you have all of them, like what do you do at that point? Like I know with like MMA, the goal is to get to UFC, wear a UFC strap, and like that's it. Like, you can't do any more than that. Maybe you get inducted to the Hall of Fame, whatever, great. But like, that's about it. Once you get UFC gold, nobody could ever say, "Oh, well, you just weren't good enough." But,
so Deontay Wilder, he represents the WBC portion of the heavyweight belt very, very well. I mean, he has that right hand, Olympian, and he does everything that needs to be done. But sometimes the powers that be, I truly believe Tyson Fury should be the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, and would probably go crazy at the opportunity to fight Joshua. Now, being that said, Andy is going to take this fight. He's going to give it his all. And I spoke to him by way of text the other day, and I said, you know what? Not putting any pressure on you, my man, but you have a whole lot on your shoulders because you have a lot of supporters. And to know that when he comes into that ring, to know that, and he, instead of saying, well, it's pressure, he said it's 100% motivation. Yeah,
because you think about that sometimes, is what's the real pressure? I mean, the only time you should ever feel pressure is when you've been pre-programmed with that mindset of if you don't win, you're letting people down. Fuck that. If you don't win, you don't win. The only people you should be concerned about letting down when you win are yourself.
Hey, this may sound corny. You're a winner as soon as you climb through those ropes because you're giving it your all. And in the heavyweight division,
something others aren't.
It only takes one.
Yeah, no, but you're willing to do something hard. But it's just, I see so many fighters like, oh, this pressure, I don't want to disappoint people. It's like, dude, relax. You're not. They're here knowing. They want you to win. Don't get me wrong. They're here to support you. They're like, that's my fucking boy. They're here to support you. They want to see you win. But don't think that if you lose, they're going to be like, oh, dude, bro, nice knowing you, poser. Like, they're not going to do that. Yeah. Like, take that it's too much self-pressure that people put on. They have this expectation of disappointing people. It's like, dude, if you lose, you're disappointing yourself. Maybe your coach, if you didn't listen. And then your teammates' time that you wasted, depending on what you did. If you just went in there and threw the game plan out the window and lost, well, then fucking that's on you. Did you waste everyone's time?
You know what? I want to go down there. We're talking about New York, June 1st.
Ma'am, Garden, the
square? Some way, somehow. You know what? Come on, this is what I want you to do. Because I work out in the sun a lot, and as you can tell, go find us a sponsor of some sunblock, man.
Sunblock?
Yes, some sunblock, my man. Right now, we can use it, the fighter's voice, the only voice that matters. We're simply knocking out the competition, just not the sun. Just not the sun.
Might be a nice one.
Yeah, it would be. We're going to talk more about Andy Reese. I will say Andy Vincent's, because I've been thinking about Al Tiburon from San Jose. Because I want to talk about this Stockton card that's happening this week. And we're also going to talk about Jacobs and Canelo. And Andy Vincent's, El Tiburon, my man, you should have been on that card. I don't know what's taking place or what happened. You should have been on that card. I was disappointed that you were not going to be on this card. But I know bigger things are coming your way, more opportunities are coming your way. And that's no slap in the face to anybody. I was just real disappointed that Andy was not on that card.
Yeah.
Well, he's from the area, man. I'm in San Jose, Stockton. That's it's close.
It could be worse. You could show up and your fucking fight could get yanked. Like, what was it, the day of?
Yeah. Well,
with no show money, no nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody just do that? Bellator.
Yeah, Bellator. Actually, Zoila Frosto, her sister, was supposed to make her debut on Bellator.
Yeah, and she got fucking burned. And I was
excited that, yeah.
You guys fucking burned a bunch of people, dude. Now, I'm sure Bellator has their own side of the story.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, their obligation stops, because it's been a topic. Me and some people that have been talking about the last couple of days, they've been hitting me up like, hey, did you hear about this Bellator thing? And I was like, yeah, I can see both sides of it, because Bellator's thing is, look, we have a contract with you to show up, make weight, and fight.
Yeah.
That's fucking it. That's all you got to do, baby.
Exactly.
But now here's where the rub runs in. Here's where the catch-22. You show up, you get ready to fight. I don't think the fight got pulled, what was it, the day of? Yeah, they showed up and they made weight, and it was the day of that their fights got scrapped. At that point, you're obligated to kind of show money. Unless there was something in the contract, it's like you show up, you made weight, you did what you were supposed to. Yeah, we didn't fight. Great, you don't give me fight money.
You don't just. They're not the only ones in an awkward position, because she apologized to all her sponsors, all her supporters,
and people who bought tickets.
Exactly, and it's out of her control. And I wanted her to display her talents.
I've had fights get canceled the day of, and they still go, well, no, we're going to pay you your show money. You showed up, and it's an instant, like, hey, don't worry, bro. You showed up and made weight. You did your job as much as you were allowed to do. y'all short of us having a fight for you. You did your end. So it's like they should have at least, at the very fucking least, like, I mean, I'd love to
took care of the expenses at
something.
least.
Like, I'd like to see Bellator's side where they totally just, they've got to have a good story. Like, we were told up until the last minute that our card was approved.
Yeah.
We had checks waiting due to unforeseen circumstances of a bad lack of communication or something.
Or contacted her, hey, your fight, we're looking for a replacement right now.
Something. I mean, well, the whole.
Are you willing to move up 5 pounds? That type. Something. You know.
Something because I think what was it? They said the athletic commission or the state athletic commission or whatever said it was deemed unsafe. The amount of bouts on the card was deemed unsafe. I never heard of that before.
It took them that long to decide that.
Well, something squirrely happened.
Yeah.
So if you want me, honestly, I'd say in the next week or two, we hear something weird coming out about how Bellator failed to secure event licensing fee or something, or some check bounce or something. There was a miscommunication somewhere, but to have the answer floating around of, it was just, they said it was an unsafe. What? Unsafe? How's that unsafe? Like, I need to hear their end because I'm ignorant to their side of it, so I can't wrap my head around it and go, okay, that makes sense. Or really? What? You know what I mean? Like, I need to hear more from their side. Like, that's the biggest problem is when you have one side saying, we're not giving any answers yet, blah, blah. Dude, give us something. Otherwise, we have to come to our conclusions based on lack of evidence. And that's a stupid way to go about it.
Or make assumptions, man.
And that's what happens is you start getting late. But the thing is that Bellator is big enough that they can avoid that.
They got a PR person, man.
But you know what's funny is they trump all that with their fucking announcement they made yesterday. We were just talking about that last week too. Speaking of Bellator,
what was that?
We were talking about. He brought up what I thought about them having Tito Ortiz doing a signing. We were talking about Copa Combate, and Combate Americas. I don't know why. Now you're fucking infectious, bro. Now I'm doing it.
Well, no, because some are called that and some are
but they're called they're called
yes.
Combate Americas. So he was bringing it up because we were talking about their event down south.
Mas Chingon.
Yeah. So they were talking about that, and he goes, hey, well, what did you think about them having Ortiz doing a signing? And for like half a second, it went in one ear and out the other. And I was like, well, that's cool. You're having them come down, do signings, meet and greets. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Why the fuck would they have Ortiz down there doing a signing? That's not cheap. Yeah. And we were talking about that. We're like, that's not cheap. Why are they paying that in money? And then he just grinned, and I was like, yeah, that's it. They're gonna fucking sign him. That's what that is, because he probably got a taste of random fucking money, and they just got an injection in the arm from what's her face, the millionaire. She invested a bunch of money into it. Her name escapes me. They made a big deal out of it. She basically jumped in financially and invested I want to say like $3 million or something. Like it put their total invested capital for their opening for Combate. It's like over 20 million, I think, was her investment put them over the 20 million mark. So she jumped in and she was bringing all kinds of media attention to it. And I apologize for not remembering your name. It literally just happened like maybe not even a month ago. It was after their Fresno card, in between Fresno card and this last one. Yeah. And so he got a taste of, hey, Oscar De La Hoya wanted to throw some money at this. Yeah. Combate, they're throwing some money around right now. So Tito's
Oscar's
just
in because anything that can throw a
doing.
jab at UFC.
Well, Tito's just going to fucking sign with everything that's got a teat to suckle on right now. Because why not?
Why not?
Exactly. Why not? There's people that want to pay for
at this
superstars.
age or not. Why not?
And that's a good thing is when people say at that age is he's getting up there. He's getting up there, but he's still.
Well, keep him on the senior tour. Don't bring him in with some young animal.
Yeah, he's still, because he didn't have all the wars that guys like Silva had, guys like Chuck had. Yeah. Like he kind of avoided those wars for the most part. Mm-hmm. So he's got a little bit of shelf life left if he wants to. Basically, if he wants to pimp himself out.
He was well rested too. I mean, you want to talk about the back?
He took a layoff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so
he did take some.
He's pimping himself out, but they announced it just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
They announced that he was going to be on one of their next cards, and we were like, dude, we were just fucking talking about that's why they're doing it. They're going to sign him for something. They're going to announce it. And it was just that right there, that signing, even before at them time, I was like, well, De La Hoya's done. Because they were talking so much about how, well, we're going to have him fight Dan Henderson next, or we're going to have him fight another superstar. And it was like, okay, let's see where this fucking train wreck goes, right? Where'd that fucking train wreck go? Fucking nowhere. De La Hoya fucking pulled their bag out, unless they're doing something on the side.
Well, Dana White is talking about boxing now.
That was the best.
Is talking about boxing now.
Talking about boxing.
And you know who he hit up? I mean, he hit up months ago, but he did hit up Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy. Dude. Speaking of Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy, where is Triple G going? Okay, in the news, he let go his longtime trainer of Abel Sanchez. Right? Like, okay, see you later, alligator. Right?
Yeah.
And I inboxed and I said, hey, why not go after Robert Garcia? Robert Garcia's boxing academy. Why not enter it there? So I'm hearing that he's possibly investing in Lomachenko's father, which is a trainer. And then I heard something crazy, Freddie Roach. So that means if you're hearing these names, he has not dropped anchor anywhere. He's not made a decision.
Yeah, he's probably
anywhere.
gonna. If I had to guess what Dana White will dip his toes in first, it will probably be in the same route that he went on that UFC, or Dana White's looking for a fight. He will go around and he'll probably try to revise that old Contender series they had, and he'll try to do something similar with that, with Pilgrim or someone, and they'll just start going and we'll dip our toes in that. We'll get the next generation and we'll make them superstars.
With people, man.
Dude, yeah, he does.
And you know what? Dana White is a
big.
big boxing fan. He really is.
Well, that's where he started. Was boxing.
Yes, he really is a big boxing fan, and thought the world of Mike Tyson. And there's some topics I want to talk about. And Mike's here, so I'll bring Mike back here on the show. He was out there buying some supplies for the fighter's voice, the only voice that matters, simply knocking out the competition.
What's up, my man? Dude, speaking of buying stuff, Lesnar announced that retirement.
Yeah,
I think he's just trying to buy a specific paycheck right now.
I didn't respond to that text because I was thinking about he's pulling a Connor. He's pulling a.
Well, he's going to.
Mike's right there, man.
Saudi Arabia with WWE.
Okay, so UFC is going to Abu Dhabi for like UFC 224. So,
well, Copacabana is coming to Stockton May 10th.
What I'm saying is that's like the same region. Like there's got to be something's going on.
They're probably setting something up, but
yeah, Lesnar did retire, which at that point effectively robs DC
of his big payday,
of that big payday fight.
Well,
that's like one last fuck you to DC.
Well, who's left?
Dude, well, they announced
no.
Stipe.
Who can put on 10 pounds?
No, Jones? Dude, I don't know. If
at heavyweight.
If they waved a big enough check in front of him and said, look, you just got to come up a little bit. I don't know if DC
I don't think DC wants to do it.
You know what his statement would be?
He's good.
What his statement would be? I would love to move up 10 pounds and beat him up again.
Yeah,
he would say something to that effect.
No, yeah, but
he'd
DC,
be like, I just won't do blow for a week and I'll get 10 pounds. But I'm with him. I don't think DC would want that fight. I think DC would say, no, it's blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
no. DC's not going to publicly say, no, I don't want that fight.
No, yeah, he probably wants to fight him, but he's probably thinking, all right.
Or
he beats me again, but then he fails another test.
Yeah.
There goes all my money.
No, but he still gets fucked up, though. That's the thing, yeah. That's the thing. So I would say that it's not that he's scared of Jones, but the Jones fight is a risk that they're not going to pay him as much as they would have paid him to fight Lesnar. And so if he can't have Lesnar, he's just... I'll take one more gimme fight and then I'm done with my career.
Now, it would have been very interesting a while back if Cain Velasquez would have won his comeback fight and that he vowed that he would not fight him. That's why he fought at light heavyweight. Mm-hmm. Friendship is friendship, but numbers are numbers.
Yeah, but you're talking about high-level guys from a camp that's built off of like years of loyalty.
That's like brothers.
That'd be like
okay.
Well, think about
brothers fight,
but the problem is you have to split that camp.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see the fight personally.
I don't think
I like them both.
I'd like to see the fight just because it'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
Like,
all you got to do is just show up to their sparring sessions.
But the thing is, though, you're splitting. It's not that they won't fight each other because they'd be like, dude, we'll fight. Like we spar all the time. We'll fight. It's that the guys like Bob Cook and Javier Mendez know that a fight like that would split the camp. Mm-hmm. And they don't want to do that to their team. They're like, the money they'd make off it isn't worth us risking splitting our camp down the middle and having it stay split down the middle.
Yeah. That's true.
And that's AK is such a huge team. Longevity. They're like, dude, the amount of money you guys will make fighting other people and the team gets to stay together. Why would we split the team? Why would we separate it like that? Because it may never be the same again because you're going to find out real fast who's fucking homie you are.
It would never repair itself ever
exactly because you're going to find out real fast. Oh, I see you're training on DC's team.
Exactly.
You went to Cane's. You went to Cane's. Like all of a sudden you're gonna have questions.
Or let's say it's a controversial decision.
Yeah.
Then it's
or you've got a guy like Little Rudy, who's one of the main striking coaches with DC. He's gonna go with DC. So now, do you rob that same striking coaching that he was giving to guys like Kane and assisting in Bob and those guys with that kind of stuff? Like, you start to see people not want to, but they'd start picking sides. There's a big
I guess you can go as far as Nick fighting Nate.
Nick and Nate would fucking fight each other. That fight would happen without question. They'd be like, we fuck each other up all the time for free. You gonna pay us? Fuck yeah. They'd do it.
That would not be a hesitation.
The only way I could see that not happening is if they both stopped and said, we're not your fucking monkeys. fuck you, just because of the idea that you're gonna have us fight each other, because that's, you know what I mean. But they'd be like,
hey, can you imagine people would pay for that?
If they put on a fucking video thing of every UFC they went to, they had a little booth that said, come up and tell us who you'd want to see fight next. Any matchup you want to see, any weight class. And people, they just said, look, dude, bro, we did 5,000 fucking shots of this. 297 of them want to see you and Nate fight each other. How much do you want? And they'd be like, fuck, that's crazy, man. I was just bitch slapping you last week. And they'd be like, dude, so they're not above it.
Sounded like Nick.
But there'd have to be some substance to it. They're not trained monkeys, and they know they're not anymore. Because look at the money Nate made off the McGregor fight, made them instant relayers. Dude, we're not just paid monkeys. Like, we can actually demand a real paycheck, and they've seen the light. So I could see that fight happening. But the thing that pisses me off as far as like match makes that are, I don't know why DC is gonna fight Stipe.
I don't want to see that, dude.
Who the fuck has he fought since they fought last? I looked it up. Nobody. How do you get a title rematch? It wasn't even close.
Just because he's been waiting.
Because they have all those commercials they recorded as him as a champ, and now they want to play him. I don't know, man.
You got to pay the editing guy. I don't know. It's got me scratching my head, dude. When you do shit like that, like I wish I had like Joe Silva's number so I could just text him and be like, hey, bro, can you help me understand this? Like,
why is this taking place?
I want to be able to defend you to people that come up and go, dude, they don't know what they're doing with their rankings. I want to be able to go, well, now, hold on.
Yeah.
Guys like Joe Silva, here's their big picture. Like, I want to understand. Don't get me wrong, but to look at it from just that's the fight, dude. I pulled it up. Like, Stipe hasn't fought anybody since DC.
It was exciting the first time because Daniel was getting ready to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. Other than that, nobody wants to see that rematch again.
Okay, it's not that it's a rematch, but it's how the fuck do you go from losing a title fight to getting the next title fight? How the fuck does that happen?
That's almost like a Conor McGregor.
It's not even a Conor McGregor. Conor at least sells it, and they're like, we want to fucking see that.
Yeah, and the difference is Conor's fights, he's in the fight. At least this one was a first round knockout.
Yeah, that's
if it was a 5-round decision, you're like, all right, you know,
like if it
maybe
was close,
he won. All right,
if it was Gustafsson Jones, I'd be like, dude, let's run that back, run it back. Dude, you got knocked out in the fucking first, and you haven't fought anybody since. How does the UFC justify
fought more
that
since
fight?
him? Francis, Overeem.
Just anybody, pick a fucking dude, throw a dart at the board at dudes who recently won. Like, but I really want to hear how do they justify
Hey, put him
that?
in LeVar Johnson.
Fuck yeah, put LeVar in, dude. That'd be awesome, but it's not gonna happen.
Well, well, you know what's gonna happen there.
But I would love to see.
Although if LeVar drops that bomb,
dude, LeVar can put anyone to sleep on any given fucking Sunday.
He has that awesome, I can knock out anybody in this planet punch.
It's that, and he also has the confidence of knowing I've slept so many motherfuckers with this hand that I will probably sleep you. So I'm going to come for
Daniel's a wrestler, and that seemed to be
but I mean,
kryptonite.
Hey, but Daniel has a right hand too. It's sneaky.
Yeah.
It's
all
sneaky.
I can say is when you
it's not a LeVar right hand though,
but
no,
it's
exactly.
sneaky.
So you bring up that hand. What a lot of people don't know when they hear that name LeVar, they don't realize LeVar was a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Before his personal things interfered. And like I said, at some point, the only person that's going to beat you is yourself at some point. Yeah. He has all the tools. He had the patience. He had the willing to learn. He had the willing to listen.
Yeah.
And it's without going in the depths of his situation, it's an opportunity that maybe we'll see him do something with. Maybe we won't.
I mean, I think that'll happen. I mean, honestly, I like to see him and Tito Ortiz. I like to see LeVar go to Combate and fight Tito Ortiz.
That wouldn't be bad. I could see an organization like Combate picking up LeVar because he's got a high Mexican Hispanic following demographic that they'd be able to really market him really well in there. I could see any of their SoCal events.
Well, not only that, if he comes to the studio, I can see KP picking him up and put him in some of his freaking movies because because you could play like a freaking gladiator, a bad guy, I mean, he has that freaking look.
He does have that cinematic look where you can kind of plug and play him into any main bad guy spot.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a couple of those guys that you see in multiple movies. You're like, what? That guy's always a bad guy. Well, they need filler. It's Hollywood. We need guys that look like bad guys.
So you got a big muscle pound motherfucker. And what I mean is he's marketable.
Yeah. He is.
He is marketable. Now, speaking of marketable, I mean, I got bad news. I got to let you know, Fresno's own Isidro Ochoa is not going to be on the card May 4th due to injury. You know, he gave me a call himself, said, Richard, give me 5 minutes. You post it right after I do. And, you know, I told him, look, man, there's going to be plenty more opportunities because he let me know
Always.
exactly what the injury was, and he got great advice from his camp, from Robert and his manager, Al Lopez. I'm sorry, not Al Lopez, Al Perez. Al Lopez from Madeira. Al Perez Jr., Big Al. So he would not be on that card. I want to talk about that card. You have, I'm excited, Mike, about the co-main event, Jerwin Akas. I'm very excited about that. And I'm also excited about it. Gabriel Flores Jr. is making his homecoming. And by the looks of things, his dad is really promoting it, pushing it. And
they've
all the
sold
bells and
out.
whistles. Well, yeah, they've been waiting. They've been waiting so long. And yes.
So yeah, it's a good card. It's going to be good. My only issue there is, again, I don't like to see competing events. So a lot of people that would have been watching the card are going to be watching the higher card. And
well, I mean, here's the thing. I cannot, because I'm going to be working the press there, credentials. I can't even watch it on my phone. That's unprofessional to watch another fight and slap them in the face. I mean, I just, you know.
I've actually
I'm
seen
there.
people do it, though.
Well, yeah, they do it. This one won't be doing it.
Yeah.
I will be giving 100% to the top ranked card. And it's not that I didn't have an opportunity or to pursue going down to MGM Grand Single the Mile. I mean, they have all the bells and whistles there. But I wanted to show loyalty, man. I wanted to show loyalty, not just to top ranked boxing being here, but the whole Flores family. I wanted to show some respect there because they would talk about that. And if I can ask them a question, I would ask them, "Is this?" I'll ask them after the fight. "Is this everything you thought it would be?" And I know this is one of many because I know he's going to be a future champion and to fight.
That's going to be the biggest one.
There.
Is going to be the title fight there. That's where he'll really be able to get it. Right here is going to be a great experience and a great moment. But when he has that title fight,
don't be surprised. Okay, I don't want to say give away a prop, but I mean, I talked to Flores maybe about a year ago, and he said, "Hey, when we have this homecoming, Rich, we're going to come out like this." And so I don't want to say anything. I don't want to spoil it, but that would just be freaking awesome if he does do that. Or maybe he'll save it for another time. Being that said, yes, the whole card there. Actually, tomorrow on the Fighters Voice Kickass Podcast 2.0 NINE, Christina Potcher is going to stop by. Lee Samuels is going to stop by. And on Friday, Stitch is coming in. And also Brad Goodman is coming in on that Friday right after the weigh-in. And then also Jerona Cajas is going to fly in for the weigh-in, and depending on how he feels, he'll come in with his interpreter. Okay. But I said, Sean, let's talk boxing all day.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, getting that brand out there and making it happen. Making it happen. It doesn't matter what town, what setup. It's all about the brand, the fighter's voice, the only voice. And you know what? To have this opportunity to give people a platform is, to me, is a rush. It really is. It's a rush, and it's always brand new. It's always. I just feel grateful to have that opportunity, man.
Definitely. It's a good opportunity for everybody here.
So let me ask you, man, are you going to that fight?
This Saturday I will not be attending.
No?
No. Didn't get nothing set up until too late. So
okay.
As we discussed, there was an opportunity, as you said, where you were going to cover this one, and if it went through, I would have been in Vegas.
Yeah.
And it just
well, that was going to be the plan anyway. So actually, and I'll just skip ahead because I'll use that example. May 10th, it was supposed to be Combate, right? And then also Tachi Palace Fights. Cole was going to go cover Tachi Palace Fights, the Fighter's Voice, represent the Fighter's Voice, and we're going to bounce down to Stockton. And it's just the simple fact that he was down to do it and to know that we were there covering it both. I mean, I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's what
got moved.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a very smart move.
Oh yeah,
and you know what? That's a very very smart move on Combate to remove a Zoila from the 26th card and bring her on the 10th card and just pull all the locals and supporters here. And very smart move with Tachi. Hey, let's not know when to fight your battles. And they always put great cards on there. Richard Goodman does a great job. The whole Jacob, the whole staff. It's a class act. When they do jobs, it's professional to the fullest, to the finest.
Just that one would have been many fans that would be at the Stockton show wouldn't be able to go to that one. So. It
happens. It happens.
And that Zoila move was good, but I would have loved to see her on that card last weekend that they had on Friday because that was a good card. That
man, I wanted to go to that card, man. I mean,
a lot of people. Hey, I heard you talking about
Oscar.
The card. I think Oscar's doing some work with them.
Doing it.
Oscar
going
was
there. He was there.
So
he was there with Mike.
He's actually doing work with them.
I wanted to cover. I wanted to cover that so bad. It's one thing to watch it sitting there and knowing you should be covering it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I get antsy. That's what we're talking about. I can't just sit back and watch a fight. I got to cover it.
Hey, for the fans that were here, the first card that they had, Kyra Barada.
Yeah.
Yo, that girl is bad, man.
Yeah.
That girl is bad.
Wait, so you saw Oscar at the Combate show?
Oscar, Mario Lopez, a lot of people from Golden Boy.
Mario Lopez could fight.
Well, that's how they got the contract. Then they probably just bought out his remaining contract from De La Hoya, or they just said, "Hey,
or they're doing
introduce us."
something together because that might be another investor.
Hey.
Like Kate Castillo just put in that $20 million. Oscar might be putting a little.
That's
maybe
the name
not
you
the same
wanted.
amount,
That's
but
the name you wanted right there.
Maybe like De La Hoya Golden Boy Promotions presents
no,
Combate
I don't think
Americas
so.
or
Maybe
something.
he's just like a part of an
You know
investor.
what? We actually got a soundbite from Mario Lopez.
Yeah.
It says the fighter's voice all day long,
Oh,
baby. Yeah,
nice.
we got to roll that pretty soon, man. But no. Mario can fight, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard. I mean, I heard. Well, I won't say who he beat up, but let's just say another person that reports got beat up by Mario Lopez in the gym one time.
Really? Well, I want to know that. I want to see him in.
I'll tell you
I want to see him and Mark Wahlberg because they both
No,
go
I don't
every
know.
once in a while.
Mario
Mark Wahlberg-
Lopez, like Saved by the Bell. Mario
Yeah.
Lopez.
He has
he
hands,
could
bro.
throw down.
Yeah.
He has hands,
he could
bro.
throw down.
Why am I not surprised by that?
He has
Right?
hands.
Because
Like that doesn't really
Just-
like if you said
He
Zach
just
Morrison,
don't go
I'd
in
be
the
like,
ring
yeah.
and say, "Oh yeah, he can fight." No,
he can fight.
he fights very skillfully.
Okay.
just put it like this: the way Mario Lopez looked back in the day, a lot of people probably in the hood and all that were like, "Oh, look at this guy." So he probably was like, "All right, watch, I'm gonna come back out here, I'm gonna whoop your ass."
Yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and that's probably exactly what he did.
exactly what he did.
He probably came
yeah.
back like, "Yo, what's
When
up?
I
You want to say
s-
something now?"
When I saw him in LA, we made eye contact. The first thing he said was, "Orale."
Yeah.
Hey, that's real talk.
Hey, no, he's
That's the
funny.
first thing he said.
No,
What would you have done if you just looked at him and been like, I'm Cuban, bro?
He told me, he goes, "Orale."
No, the funniest
like,
thing I
okay.
did the first time I met him was there was this girl he was looking at or was staring at him, and the guy's girl was right there, and he's all, "Oh, don't worry about it, he's gay," and he's like, "Would you want to find out, Holmes?"
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I died. I was just sitting there. I was like, "Oh man!" And the guy's like, "What?" And then he
You
goes,
imagine
well,
Mario Lopez walking up to you being like, what's up? Be like, no.
the
Nah,
funny
dude
thing
has
is-
hands.
Check. I
No,
gotta go.
The
Dude
funny
has
thing was
hands.
that Mario was like really mad, like, "What's up, man?" Like he got upset, and I was
You know
like,
what?
"Oh."
You know what? Okay, bucket list for this year, 2019. Let's get Mario Lopez on the show. Let's
Yeah,
make it happen.
that sounds like it'd be
let's
fun,
Make,
dude.
let's
I gotta-
make it happen.
I have gotta
and all
hear
those
some
of you
of those
right now that are
stories.
laughing, rolling your eyes, and saying whatever. Okay, good.
Hey, just like
okay.
just
Happy
what
to
do we say?
disappoint, right?
What did we say earlier today? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you guys don't know about that fight being made.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at now?
We know people that know people that know people.
It's funny.
That was hilarious when that got announced today. I was like, let me go. I was like, nah, I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave
I
it
was,
there.
I was gonna go there too.
But I was like, I'm gonna leave it there. That's why I just said,
leave it
oh,
alone.
but we don't know, right?
Yeah, I'll leave that alone. Oh, check this out. Guess who's gonna be on the show next month? Well, we're already in May, in the end of May.
So in May.
From ESPN, Chris Pacheco.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nah,
yeah.
how'd you swing that one?
Well, he said you don't want to know how I swung. How that one happened.
All right, maybe I don't
No,
wanna
but he did ask, why would an ex-football player want to be on a fight show? And I explained to him, I said, it's just not boxing, just not MMA. We've had police officers fighting crime. We've had athletes fighting injury.
Like you
We've
weren't
had
always
people
a great
fighting
NFL
cancer.
player. Like you weren't always. You didn't just start.
Yeah.
Fucking combine NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't just pick up a JV jersey and go,
Exactly.
fucking put me in, coach. No,
No.
you had to fight your way to get.
Exactly.
Well, there was a goal. There was a dream.
And not
I
only
could
that,
throw a ball.
yeah. And not only that, he's in a fight right now because he wants his ESPN Radio 940 to compete with the big dogs. So he's in a fight because he's motivated, he's pushing the product, and he wants it out there and to be successful. So he's in a constant fight. That doesn't mean he's taking punches to the face, but he's dropping some jabs on people.
Yeah, you have to do tag. You have to.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the challenge and how we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, well,
I know we're gonna have a good time.
I think we need easy topics.
Absolutely.
Easy topics.
Well, they're easy topics too, but you know, we'll,
topic alone of how he. I don't want to throw it out there. We'll just throw it.
I just
on
want him to storytell.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's easy when you get guys like that have had such
you
a
know he got stories
diverse
to tell.
experience.
You
and stuff.
know he got stories to tell, and you know when he watches people line up, he gets that itch and like, oh man, I got one more down left in me. Or hell, let me hit this guy right now.
I bet
mean,
he yells at
bet
the
you I could take him
TV.
off.
He's looking
Yeah.
at the formation, going, "Left side, you blind motherfucker!
Exactly.
Left side, boom, sack! What did I
Exactly.
tell you? What did I tell you?" Like, I bet you he probably still does it. It's like watching guys like Tyson watch fighting.
Well,
They
yeah,
can't
and
do it.
people like that I mean, they're naturally grumpy because they still want to play. They got that. I got some more downs left in me.
Yeah, it's probably more. I'd like to say it's less grumpy and more of a frustration of watching things that it'd be like,
you could do.
Like, that person's going to cross the street and get hit by that car. And you're like, dude, stop, look, God damn it, look to your right. Why don't you look? Boom, hit by a car.
Exactly.
So I can see that. But, dude, speaking of frustrating things, draws. Fight draws.
Man.
That shit happened this weekend.
Rory, right?
Rory.
Yeah, the McDonald fucking fish fight.
Who'd you have winning that fight?
I was mad about what the draw, and then I was more mad after what he said. That pissed me off.
I missed what he said. What'd he say?
I don't know if I have the drive to hurt people no more. Dude,
Rory?
Then stop fighting.
Rory?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
was stupid.
But he's always been like that way. He's never been a real monster type personality.
But when you say it, it's like, all right, so are you saying that you felt like you had him hurt and you're like, that's what he's making it looks like.
No, it's more of a sense of, I can beat you without really trying to hurt you, kind of thing. It's like, I don't want to hurt you anymore. Like, but you're right. Once you lose that drive to not want, you have to go into every single fight. Yeah, because he's going to try to hurt you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to want to hurt him. But the thing is, that's what the ref's for. That's what the towel's for.
Yeah.
That's what all that other shit's for, so that there's something to stop you from killing that man.
Yes.
But you want to hurt him, because if you don't want to hurt him, your chances of beating them drop drastically.
Are you a fan of the wrestling, of the taking down?
It depends on what you do with it.
Okay. Or do you use it just to win?
If you use it just to win, I think you shouldn't be fighting, because that's not a fight. You want a wrestling match, go have a wrestling match.
What was your take on the strategy? What was your take on the whole fight?
I don't know, man. If you take a guy down and you're doing it just to get the points, and you're just hanging out in guard, unless you're doing massive amounts of damage from the guard, like, okay, take guys like Faber,
was he doing massive damage from the guard?
Not enough.
I was like, dude, stand up, man. Everybody wants to see that action. Everybody wants to see that fight.
He's got his points, and I'm just.
But he is a savage to grind it out.
There's fighters that, define grinding it out, because there's guys that grind. Okay, take guys like Faber that'll take you down, pummel on you for that whole round, and try to pass your guard at the same time. Yeah. And if you don't
Faber
let him pass,
reinvented himself.
But that's what I'm saying is his ground and pound game was very specific. Yeah, I'm going to pound you from the top, and I'm going to try to pass your guard. If you stop me from passing your guard, now I'm content sitting your guard and pummeling you. Some fighters just showing going, I'm just going to get the takedown, and I'm going to not stop moving. If I don't stop moving and I look like I'm just doing stuff, they're probably not going to stand us back up, and I'm going to not only get my points for the takedown, I'm going to get fight control, I'm going to get ground control points, and I'm going to land punches here and there on you too. That all starts to stack up. I don't know if maybe they just weren't counting, or if they really, fighters and the rest at that time, and the judges looked at it as a whole and go, well, all you really did was take him down.
Well, I mean,
that'd be like saying, dude, I took her home that night. Yeah, bro. You were a fucking friend zone.
I'm a Rory fan.
No, I
am.
I'm a Rory fan, but
and for him to make that statement, okay, I agree, Mike, to a point, but the other part is, okay, I respect it because you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
So that is a green light. If you were my fighter and you said that, it's time to do something else.
If your coach didn't have a conversation with you within the next couple days.
No. And I know he had a conversation with him at the press conference, because he addressed and said, "Oh no, I'm going to be fighting." That was just so okay. This is what you need to do before you ever say anything. He was coached by his manager, his PR at that press conference.
Yeah, because right when he said that, my first thought was, then why are you fighting? If you really. Imagine a boxer who's been, knocking people out. Imagine down to, I don't know if I really want to knock somebody out.
Yeah, imagine
anymore.
if Tyson came out and said, I just don't want to hurt people no more. People be like, what?
I don't know if I should throw that left uppercut anymore.
Petting a fucking kitten.
I remember
I'm a simpler man now.
The pigeons.
Yeah, the pigeons. It would be pigeons.
Conor McGregor, he was watching some reruns of some fights, of some knockouts that he had. And he was watching a certain knockout, and he just... you can see it. He made a statement. He made it look like, okay, when it's done, it's done. Meaning, I don't want to see a highlight of me putting some guy to sleep anymore.
Yeah,
he wasn't ready for that, and over and over. Meaning, okay, that part's done. I mean, we can talk as human beings now. There's no need for that. He said when it's done, it's done, and he was ready to move on from that.
Yeah.
He didn't say, okay, I don't want to fight anymore. He didn't want to see himself beating the hell out of a guy, and it was already over. I mean, that's what I took. I saw a human side to him, and I saw a classy side by him making that statement. I didn't see somebody that was gun shy.
But you're a fighter, though. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You're a fighter. That's like a football player. When I go to tackle,
Oh, no,
I'm going to just wrap you up and then bring you down slowly.
No, he wasn't saying I'm done when I'm fighting. He was watching the highlight of him. Because
No,
they wanted him to, he wanted him to
Roy,
talk
though.
about
Yeah.
his, I like Roy.
No, I like Roy, too. His fight with Lawler was great. I love he's got a good style, but I mean.
It might necessarily, because you got to remember, Rory's always been a real quiet guy, real very deep when he talked. He had something he wanted to say. It could just be that maybe he just doesn't like the fact anymore that all anybody likes him for is the fact that he beats people up. And fuck, I can't even say it without getting a goddamn in-game spoiler.
And he has those, and he has those creepy eyes, too.
I have a perfect analogy for it because it's just maybe he just doesn't want to be known
as that.
And that's all people want to do. Dude, you're awesome. Show us you hurting this guy again. And that's all you're awesome for.
There is someone else that had that before. Kobe. He doesn't want to be known as just a basketball player, so look what he's doing now.
Reinvented himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's something like when they tell him, hey, it's still to this day, hey, you think you can still play? Dude, I'm shooting movies. Ask me about that. I don't care. I don't play no more. I haven't played in 5 years. So it's that type of thing.
They're like, why, that shows me that you didn't care about me. You just cared about Kobe, the basketball player, which now... Given that statement, though, he can't really take that stance because a guy like Kobe was always out there go, look at me, Kobe, the basketball player. Kobe was never out there going, well, when I retire next year, I plan on moving into movies. I plan on moving.
Well, he did do that the last part of his last year.
But up until that last year, it was just pay attention to me, Kobe, the basketball player. It was Kobe, the basketball player. This. Now he wants you to know him as Kobe something else.
Kobe or Jordan?
Jordan.
Off the top of my head, I'd say Jordan, but I'm too ignorant of the numbers. I'd have to sit back and look at the numbers.
I'm the biggest Kobe fan,
I'm
but
just saying that so I can say I call Lomachenko the Michael Jordan of boxing. I just had to say that out there. I mean, because watching him on TV is one thing, but when you see a man live display his talent right in front of you, and I'm only giving reference to it. I don't know where we got it because we started talking about basketball. You just know, my gosh, when the blessings came out, this guy just got a little more.
He moves, just the way he moves.
He's a real student of the game, man.
You know, I'm going to ask you a question this question I get asked all the time. And I know both handlers. I am not setting anything up. I am not disrespecting anything. I'm not even going to answer if you were to ask me who I think would win. But the most question that I get all the time, every single time, from mainly Mexicanos, but today from a white dude, Richard, who would win?
Don't answer this. I bet you I can think of who they'd ask you.
Okay.
Cesar Chavez and Macho Camacho.
That's funny, huh?
No, they don't know.
Well,
okay.
no, that one took place already. Senior and senior. They asked me who would win. Do you know?
Jose and Lomachenko?
No, they said Jose and Mikey Garcia. I didn't even want to address it, and I'm not going to address it. No. I am not.
He's like, I'm not
No, bullshit. Check it out. And if they were to sign today, and they said, Richard, who's going to win? It's going to be a good fight.
I'll watch the fight, but I'm not.
That is not the most political fucking safe answer he could give.
No, because I can go back and forth, and when I choose one, I'll be wrong, because the other guy can easily win, in my opinion. Now, it's been a landslide when I ask, hey, so what's your take on that? And it'll go this way, and I'll go, really, that easy, that fast? Well, he's the bigger guy, or he's the more of the veteran. That thing goes back and forth. And I'm not stirring up shit at all.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that is the most question asked to me from all the Mexicanos. Don't ask me that.
Mikey Garcia and Jose
Ramirez.
They
always say, hey, do you think Mikey Garcia, at first, do you think Mikey Garcia and Jose Ramirez will fight? You know, he vacated his bout. So where's he going to go? He's not going all the way back to 147. You know, he's not going down to 130, and which actually kind of made sense, but I'm not going to touch that one.
And he's not going to fight. They won't fight each other right now. Not right now. It will take a lot of stuff, but it won't happen.
Look at him grin, dude. It's like it's like the Mona fucking Lisa, dude. He's over there grinning like, man, I wish I could tell these motherfuckers.
But no, I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that one alone.
It's like he knows.
But that would be a freaking barn burner. I would love to see that, like on Cinco de Mayo.
How long ago did he vacate?
Just this week.
Mikey's a freaking class act, and Jose is a freaking class act, and they both kick ass.
And maybe they both realized they could make a buttload of fucking money if they fought each other.
What
are the cons? What are the cons?
The main thing.
They're in the same camp, and they're just
but the main thing is Mikey right now will not work with Jose's promoter. That's not going to happen right now. Now,
who's that? Don't answer that question. Mikey
and Bob are not.
Well, I'll tell you this. He'll work with
No.
he'll work with Bob in that Lomachenko fight.
No.
Only because Lomachenko called him out.
Yeah. No.
Mikey has a lot of pride. You got to remember
the right amount of
he
money
is a
will make
fighter.
him work. Yeah.
Okay. He beats the shit out of
Who
people.
signed with DAZN?
Oh, recently?
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Okay, so neither of them are under any contract parent company that's partnered with DAZN. So they're not committed to, we'll tell you to fight whoever we say now kind of thing. Because we're going to start getting into that area.
Jose's working a negotiation supposedly with DAZN for Maurice Hooker, which is the other title. That would be perfect. And that's the only fight that
that fight is going to take place.
That's
Jose's going to fight Hooker.
Regis is going to win that tournament.
Regano's going to win that tournament, and that shit is going to be a collision course. Oh, no, and actually, yeah, Regis is going to be on the show tomorrow. He's going to be calling in on the Fighters Voice Kickass Podcast 2.0 NINE.
And Regis...
He's chasing alligators now.
Oh, man. That was,
Regis, yeah.
Is chasing alligators?
I was talking to him, and I said, hey, you dropped that big 5 body shot.
Yeah.
He was, yeah, I did, huh? I go, yeah, you did.
Hey,
that's what he said.
I loved his walkout with his son. That was freaking gangster, man. That was freaking savage. Both of them having that little mask on, that was bad.
Yeah.
No, I texted him after. I was like, dude, I know you said it was going to be easy, but dude, I was like, you made a world champion look.
I like Regis, bro.
No, Regis
like
is
an
awesome.
amateur.
I like him. I like him for
He
this.
broke his nose.
Bro, I like him for this. You know why I like him? Because he's a straight shooter, doesn't back down from it, and the fact that people hate on him. He is undefeated. He is a champion. He joined a tournament. He talks a lot of smack about people, but in this business, you cannot take that stuff personal. That's great PR. That increases the numbers. That increases the viewers. You got to remember, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, they got along. Yeah. They promoted together, said, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and they sold it. I mean, Ali, it might have went too far on some statements.
Later on,
later on, according to Joe Frazier, but I don't know the personal rivalry after the fact, so I'm really not going to comment. I'm commenting on the statement he made.
If you had Nick Diaz law across the land, you'd have a lossless shit talking. Like, if you could get away with just being like, what'd you say? And just
let's talk about
at press conferences.
You know what?
I would love that.
I'm glad you brought that up because that was going to be in the new segments. Who's the biggest shit talker in the sport right now?
Right now. Are we counting fighters or are we counting like broadcasters?
If it's broadcasters,
because you got guys like Charles Sonnen and stuff that have moved on to broadcasting. Guys like Bisping that have moved on to broadcasting.
Bisping talks shit. He just don't shut up.
Bisping, that's just his natural demeanor.
Let's just take current fighters, active fighters.
We'll go MMA.
Biggest shit talker in MMA.
Yeah.
Connor.
Does he count as active?
Yeah, I mean he still just fought November. He's gonna fight again probably in the summer.
Fighting the boss.
Well, okay, that's opinion.
I think.
Well, Khabib's fighting in September. He's fighting Poirier in September probably.
See, because we can't say the Diaz brothers, they haven't fought in a while, so they're not active. And they would be
active or not active in this realm, and that's still breathing and walking in
that just talks shit, spews it out, even if it's incoherent ignorance.
No, I'm not talking about stupid shit like that other dude. I don't even want to say his name with the UFC. That even Dana's still like, dude,
the one that went up to the blackjack table, because that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Covington, dude.
I said, dude, what are you
Kobe
doing?
just spews hate like it's a fucking auction.
Kobe's hilarious, man. He's annoying, but he's funny to me. Like, I just think whenever he fights, Usman's gonna break him in half.
I'd have to go with Conor then, even though he's not that active. He just talks shit still. He'd be like, "Oh, that's right. You're gonna fight in fucking September. You're scared to fight me. Go fucking fight Dustin." But thankfully Dustin's gonna get a real title shot. And actually, I think he'll fucking.
I think he has a legit
chance. Yeah. His hands are heavy, bro. He's got a legit chance.
He has a legit chance to win that fight.
Who has Khabib fought that has heavy hands? Conor is just a good striker, but he doesn't really have heavy hands.
The closest one would
look at what Dustin did to Max, dude.
Well, okay.
He hamburgered his fucking face.
Okay. Conor had heavy hands, but from a distance, he didn't want to really step in and engage because he didn't want to get taken down.
Yes, fucking hit you from a distance.
Exactly.
He got in close to you. All of a sudden, Conor's a little bit shorter, so that hip power isn't can't generate as much. Where you're a tall dude, you can fucking wind that shit up all day, and you're going yard at fucking Yankee Stadium. So I would say active fighters, we'll call him active, it'd be Conor, but that's too easy of an answer. That's a gimme answer.
It is.
It's a gimme answer. Covington would be like the honorable mention.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I don't see enough fighters talking shit anymore, really. Like, it's this guy.
To that level, no.
No. Well, I mean, there was.
Maybe we'll hear one.
Yeah, but Bisping's not a fighter.
Maybe we will hear one Saturday at the fight because I'm hearing that Nate Diaz is going to be at the fight. Yes. Only because he's been doing some sparring with Kilo the Kid Madera from Stockton,
California. Because if we were still talking about, as you said, active or inactive, Chael would be in that list. Chael's an all-time great.
Always.
Yeah, Chael's a true professional. I talked to him. Actually, I interviewed him in Las Vegas.
He's hilarious, man.
He is, dude, when he walks around, they were throwing at him left and right. He's like a modern-day freaking Clark Kent, just walking around. True professional, well-chiseled, and his vocabulary is on hit. Sky's the limit for that dude.
It's like it's the Mr. America like persona.
And you know what he did? Dude. Guess who he brought with him? His mom.
Well, yeah.
I gave him a shirt, and he goes, "Here, Mama, hold this."
Yeah.
And then he was boom.
And that's just.
And he tried to go into character. He goes, "I bet you're feeling good right now, huh? I bet you're." So I had to start it right there, just slide in that question because I'm not going to let you intimidate me and throw me back here.
Yeah.
I said, I asked the question that needed to be asked. Of course, I mean, I know who I'm with right now. I kind of went with that swag.
If
but
you
he was
back at him, he'll feed on it.
No, he was getting ready to, because I bet you're feeling good right now. Are you feeling lucky? Are you feeling good?
Hanging out with Chael's son and you get a Woody?
Are you getting those butterflies?
Oh, no, that I would have been like, is that Anderson Silva? No.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Is that Vada coming up right now?
Dude. No, man, but he's got to be, if you wanted to look at the blueprint of guys that have personified what it takes to be vocally successful on a political level in MMA, look at Chael Sonnen, look at the personality he built and tailored over the years. Look at him early on, it was just like shit talking. It was just kind of, it wasn't really direct, there was no substance to it. Now he like references like current things. He'll use politics. He'll do whatever he can to make it very direct at you and make you really think about how he's insulting you.
Yeah.
And that it just came off the top of his head when it's something that he's been like watching,
thinking about for a while.
Thinking about it, be like, I'm gonna so I'm gonna write that down when he said this in an interview.
Like,
remember like 2 weeks ago when you told LA Times?
Yeah.
Well, I looked it up. He kicked your ass. Something real specific.
There's a story. I'm trying to remember which player it is. There's a basketball player who they said would actually look up and find information about who he was going to play against.
Oh,
to bring it.
Just to intimidate him on the court?
There was one where he told him, yeah, man, he goes, your ex just called me last night after I hit this shot. And that the guy looked back at him, he goes, I can't believe he went that far back to. And I was like,
about to hit this three-pointer like your girl, dude. Yeah, just hear like like if the quarterback just broke up, you'd be on the center line going, I'm going to see Susie tonight. I heard Susie's at home alone. You just
I don't know who I'm going to hit harder, you or her.
I'm going to hit you or your ex. It's just, dude.
Real quick, man, how do you see this fight going? A lot of people answer without really giving it some thought. We're talking about Jacobs Canelo, Las Vegas, Nevada, MGM.
I think it's going to be a lot of can Canelo fight on the while Jacobs fighting on the inside. Jacobs, for him, he's got to keep him at a distance because if he keeps him close enough and Canelo could hit the counter, same way you're talking about the power. Canelo has a unorthodox style where he could generate power without having to throw in as much as...
If you notice, Canelo on defense, when he goes to defense, he has that Mayweather shoulder roll.
Yeah, and the thing
it keeps your hip loaded up the whole time. Like,
so
you're always ready to...
Exactly.
He's got the orthodox, normal boxing stance, and then he's got a little bit of a different posture where he's like leaning, so he hits you, and the thing is, you could say, oh, well, it's not going to generate... No, when he hits you, there's not a guy that goes, all right, let's go... All right, let me just back up a little bit.
Yeah, let me shake that off for a sec. That was a jab. Fuck.
Triple G never really got hurt by anybody. There's a reason why after Canelo would hit him, he would just keep his gloves up and look at him.
I'm a Triple G fan. There's a reason why Triple G did not commit and throw those body shots.
Exactly.
So
because you have to leave your defense of your chin to throw it, and if it clips you,
absolutely.
And if you watch this, the video, the 40 days or whatever, it's on the Zone.
Yeah,
he's talking to that kid Ryan Garcia. And he tells him, hey, remember when he does this, do this. Showing how he thinks about a counterpunch. Yeah. He's saying, as soon as that hand comes up, bam. And
speaking of Ryan Garcia, man, we're talking about a young, talented human being, man. I mean, people are giving him the name, and it's about to blow up the next Oscar De La Hoya.
Yep.
And
we'll just say we'll see you, Ryan, in July.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We'll see you in July, brother.
Yeah, so we'll comment on that when that gets closer. Yeah. So what's going on in the MMA world? Because I want to talk about one other person that's the co-main event, and that's Virgil Ortiz. So what's going on in the MMA world? What
not
we got
much
coming
else.
Right
that
now?
was about it, except for the announcement of the DC Stipe fight. Yeah. There's not really been much else, really.
Well, next week they have a card, right? Rose.
ESPN,
Doug Rose.
ESPN 9+. Rose McGowan. I haven't seen the promos for that. Is she still with...
She is.
Whose camp was she with? They were dating. It was like
they're still together.
Yeah. Okay.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about, but
right now.
I know who you're talking about. That's why I just say they're still together because I can't think of his name.
God damn.
Oh, quick plug right now. No, go ahead.
Derry. Right? Is it Pat Barry?
Pat Barry.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh
Pat
yeah,
Barry's already,
yeah, the one LeVar Johnson knocked out.
No, that's the one that Chet Congo knocked out.
Okay, listen, man.
Nah, hey, don't kick my ass.
right? So you're saying Zoila, yeah?
No, okay, Zoila Frosto, Mark Davis from Mark Davis Photography. He wants to give you a free photo shoot. And also, KP at Mad Productions, we want to give you a photo shoot in studio, take care of it, and also get a soundbite if you're in the area, because I know you're preparing for May 10th. Hey, we got to get you back in studio. And been hit and miss, a lot of hit and miss, but let's make it happen before your big fight, May 10th.
Can't
and
wait
she
for that
has a few tickets left that are on sale. They're going to leave
They're
her
going
hand.
fast.
No,
So
they,
that
yeah, they
gives
are
us-
going fast. They
That
are
gives
going
us what,
fast.
next week's show?
Yeah, next Friday.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
That's
I
on
like.
next
I like
Friday.
that idea of that card so far. It looks pretty good.
Afromowitz. Mike Afromowitz will be on the Fighter's Voice Kickass Podcast 2.0 NINE that Thursday. His fighters will be calling in on the show next week here on Mad Productions.
Cool.
The Fighter's
We'll be able to
Voice
get some
Kickass
call-ins on them.
Podcast.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Are we going to do
Absolutely.
just one, or are we going to have them just call in a
No,
different
well, I
blocks?
want to have a couple callers, have a couple fighters
have them
come
call in
in.
for like 10-minute segments. Give us like
Yeah.
3 of them. We'll do a
Yeah.
half hour
And
with
we're
our
also
guys.
soon. We're going to be having a Bullet Quintana on Copa Combate
Okay,
winner.
well, there
So
it
we
is.
got him too.
Yeah, target for like 3 of them. We'll do 10-minute segments with each of them. If one of them runs a little long, it's cool. It still gives us like a good half of a show
Hey,
to
we'll
just
take
dissect
it, man.
Yeah,
We'll
that'd be
take
good.
it.
That'd be a
We'll
good
take
approach.
it. We'll
And
take it, man.
you're speaking of Virgil Ortiz, man. It's a tough fight he's in for his 12th fight.
Well, it's a tough fight, but you know what? He wins this right here, and there's no ifs or buts
Oh,
to
no,
it. There's reason why
He's there.
Okay. He's one of Jose Ramirez's sparring partners. They've sparred together, and the statement was made, all I need is him. He gives me the work that I need. And Jose, if you watched Jose when he spars, oh my gosh, it's just...
It's like a fight.
Yes, exactly. We were there when they were sparring. And his left hook to the body, honestly, I get chills talking about it. I mean, I would say is the closest thing to Julio Cesar Chavez. And they can say Canelo, they can say Triple G, but it just comes out so smooth. And there's a video moving around that was about 2 or 3 years ago when he's throwing the hook to the body, and Julio Cesar Chavez comes up to him and he's telling him, hey, how to roll your hips and how to go to the body, and just that liver shot is the game changer. Oh my gosh, that's an ugly shot. Because I've seen people shake it off from the head and the chin, but that body shot, nah.
There was one 2 weeks back, Dave Allen, Lucas Brown on a DAZN card.
Hey, did you see Jose? He's rocking the beard, man.
Oh yeah,
it reminded me of the Roberto Duran beard. But he's starting to go a little deeper like that Connor stuff.
Yeah.
But it's working for him. Not everybody can rock the beard. So
Not
it's
to
working
that
for
point,
him.
not to that point.
No, it's working for him.
Oh, yeah. But no, Virgil Ortiz, if he's able to get that win, he's going to be automatically in contender status.
When I was talking to Lopez, his answer about a possible fight with Jose Ramirez, I said, who are you looking to? The respect that he had during that answer in the business part of it, it was great. Class act right there.
Yeah.
Class act right there.
That division is going to be...
That's fire.
And the thing is, after Jose and Regis probably, go for the supremacy, and they go up to 147, they're still going to be... There's still Ortiz, there's still Teofimo. Mikey's still going to be there.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Unless you got something to address real quick?
No.
I'm going to put Mike on the spot right now, okay? And this is why we do this. If everything's all layout plan and it works, Regis and Jose, or Jose and Regis, they fight to unify the belts. Who do you have?
Right now?
Yeah.
Remember
Regis.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. You were interrupting. You were trying to plead the fifth.
Remember, Jose lives in town.
Right now.
Homie
right
can
now,
reach you.
Yeah, no, but right now, I would say Regis. I'm sorry to,
No, don't be sorry.
No.
I appreciate
But
that, first of all, that you got the balls to answer that question and answer it
I don't
from
work for nobody.
From the knowledge that you have. Thank you. From the knowledge that you have.
I don't work for nobody. I'm not. I see a lot of people that talk about Regis's record, people he's fought. I'm sorry, man. He fought a world champion in his last fight who had 2 losses, who were both controversial losses. The fight before that, he fought a former world champion who had 1 loss, who had never been dominated or knocked down. He did that. Before that, he fought Ndongo, whose only loss was to Terrence Crawford.
It's kind of like a gauntlet run that everyone's
and
just
then
kind of overlooking.
before that, he knocked out Joel Diaz Jr., who at that point was one of the hottest prospects, and he knocked him out in 2 rounds.
And you know what? That's the fight people want to see and the fans want to see. They're going to accept the fight that he's going to fight Hooker because that's for another belt.
Yeah.
But if you ask every fan right now in the
It's
140
Regis
pound
and Jose.
exactly.
But now I do say Regis right now. But I could see it going either way. If I was to go on it, it's 55-45.
Jose is a very proud man. He doesn't say too much. His work ethic is off the chain. And I know he's going to fix and erase any doubt that took place on his last fight. He's taking some time off right now, but when he very well deserved. But when he goes into training, he has a different look to him. I mean,
no, you can.
I don't want to put him in the same plateau as this. Sugar Ray Leonard said it best. He goes, when I looked in Roberto Duran's eyes, they looked like freaking Helter Skelter. And I said that one time to Jose when he fought 2 years ago in Fresno at the Save Mart Center
against Mike Reed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember I said that?
I see.
He had that look, and the fight was over, and it still wouldn't go away.
No,
so he possesses that pedigree, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's fight week. You could see the difference. I could talk to Jose throughout when before that fight when who was fighting the fight that didn't go through. We're sitting there talking. He's like, yeah. man, laughing. Seen him that same week. So he was already in fight mode. It's like, get out the way. Same thing. I've seen that with Andy Vences.
Oh, Andy, I love Andy Vences when it comes to weigh-ins.
Yeah, fight week.
I love Andy Vences.
And there's a lot of fighters, and that's the mark of one of the best fighters. Is
Andy Altibodo and Vences. I am 100% a supporter of you.
June.
I agree with what you're doing. I love the way you're doing it. Let the doubters say whatever they want to say. The fighter's voice supports Altibodo big time. He's a class act.
June 8th, right?
He's a class act.
June 8th or June.
Oh yeah. See, Mike just comes over here and starts leaking shit out. That's what I like. That's why I asked him that question.
You're like the Mark Ruffalo and Tom Holland of like.
No, he just said it best right now. I love that soundbite. I don't work for anybody.
Yeah, no, he just leaks info like
fighter's voice, baby.
Exactly. And again,
oh man,
and I'll say again, at this point, it's Regis.
Yeah.
If Jose knocks out Hooker, I'll probably put Jose above him.
Oh, Jose's gonna knock out Hooker. No, he is. It is going to be an explosive. He's going to knock him out. They're going to stop the fight, and that body attack is going to be freaking crazy.
I could see it in the 5th round. Honestly, Hooker's a great fighter, but it's Jose and Regis as a top two.
Remember his timestamp these so we can, when it goes back, it is
it is.
By like the 5th.
That is a great matchup for Jose Ramirez. He is going to look freaking awesome. That is going to sell the fight. So I'm hoping Regis wins that tournament.
Oh, he's going to win the tournament.
I'm hoping he won't.
He's going to win that tournament.
He is, but this is boxing. I've watched some crazy stuff. I hope Jose and Hooker, they sign the unification, WBA and WBC.
The end of July or August, I think that'll happen. And then, you know what happens around then? September is Regis and whoever wins.
And see, here's the thing, and I will say this about a certain promoter. He's promoting an event this weekend, and his mind's already freaking spinning about another event, another event. He's 3 events ahead of your normal promoter.
He's already in January of next year.
He's so freaking crazy, and I'll probably get in trouble for this. I don't work for anybody. He's waiting for one sponsor to expire to get this sponsor to expire to get this one, and use it as leverage to say you're going to match this offer.
Yeah, that's how you have to do it.
I like that, man, because he went from one hotel to the other, back to that hotel.
Yeah,
it's all business, man.
It's all business. They'll be competitive one month and competitive the next.
Yeah, no, I know. I like what he does as far as his hustle, man. No one questions that at all. So let's move on from that one. But no, I want to see that happen.
Yeah, and then the thing is that fight May 11th to see who's going to fight Regis. Everybody watch that fight because that dude Baranchek is a damn monster. And Josh Taylor is supposed to be a prodigy, so we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes. Also, that it got moved from May to June. Mikey Garcia Promotions. He has that exhibition to raise funds for a fighter that, something happened to that fighter, and 100% of the proceeds are going to that fighter, his bills, his family, what have you. And he gets to share the ring with a living legend, and that's Eric Morales. Yep. I posted that, and people were actually telling me, man, why is he fighting him? He's over the hill. Really? Oh, that's easy. Bro, read it. It's an exhibition, 4 rounds. And Eric Morales, he's still got some pop in him. But I mean, just to share the ring. I mean, how would you like, okay, you get to share the ring with freaking... I don't know, Connor or whoever it is that you admire that made you want to lace him up in MMA as a fundraiser. Well, I mean, still, even though you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fine.
Hey, the difference is though,
for the point of it.
Yeah, but I could see Cole getting hit. All right, you know what, bro?
Yeah, I know. So fuck this.
He's like, hold on. Hey, give me my fucking mouthpiece. Fuck this shit. Yeah, fuck you. Let's go. Like, I could see that happening. That's the concern.
No, I can see Cole going, okay, we're doing this shit?
Yeah. Having most people going, oh, I'm going to fuck you up. Like, yeah, you think you are? Huh? All right, cool. Sorry, my elbow slipped.
Because we're doing this shit.
Each other.
He said, you know what, man?
We don't need no.
Why am I wearing this jersey? Get this shit off me. Let's go. Come here, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, it'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Hey, what was it on MTV where they had celebrity what? And those clay people
Celebrity
Celebrity
Deathmatch.
Deathmatch?
They're bringing that back.
Yeah, well,
that was my favorite
see,
show.
That's a topic that we're going to have on here, and we're going to break it down. We're going to put together celebrities going against each other, or celebrities going against athletes, and we're going to break it down
Talk about who would win.
and call it as if the shit was taking place. And KP's gonna put it right here. I don't care if he's in cartoon sketch it, do it in Play-Doh.
Animation could be fun.
Stick people, and we're gonna do play-by-play.
Animation would be a fun target.
Yes. And we're
like
talking,
that.
yeah, exactly. And we're talking about Mario Lopez beating the shit out of Sylvester Stallone. Why? Because he can. And it ain't no Yo Adrian to it. You know. And guess what? And guess what? And it's going down right now because Mario Lopez is landing beautiful jabs. He's going to the body. I mean, he's really winning this fight. And right when he gets ready for the knockout, guess who gets fucking saved by the bell? Sylvester Stallone. I just had to throw that shit in there.
We're gonna get
and that's from the
sued.
hip.
It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna get sued. We're gonna have our first one. You're gonna hear, I would like it if you would stop. You're using my likeness. I don't like it. You know, that'd be it. We'd be out of a business.
You know, maybe I will. Maybe I will go after Richard. Maybe I won't.
I'll sue you.
No, hey, that's on the bucket list.
Nice. I like it. No, I'm down with
Get him
that
to the
concept.
show.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Breaking down fights like that.
And call it as if that shit's taking place.
That should be fun.
It'll be fun.
We'll get some VR
Okay, so
going.
get the stick people together. Get the stick people together. Hey, my man, I just got a text right now. Due to a main press conference right now that's taking place, our man, Andy Reese Jr., the Destroyer, business comes first. He apologizes, and he will call in when he's free. We'll see what we can do leading up to it. There's next week, or we can arrange something. But hey, when that press conference takes place, when there's other obligations that take place,
gotta do it.
that pays the bills. Now he's about to not get any rest, get any sleep. They're going on a freaking tour of promotions right now. New
imagine.
posters,
Yeah.
new
Well, it's
tickets,
in, 30
new
days?
commercials,
Yeah, a
new
little bit.
all
Yeah,
that
30
shit's
days from
taking
today,
place. Yeah, talking about a green screen. The last thing he said is he's behind a green screen, so that shit's promotion 1A.
Yeah, I imagine we're gonna see. He's gonna be a really busy
He,
guy.
he
for
needs
a while.
that. He needs that Snicker power.
Oh shit! Did you see that?
That dude's hilarious,
Yeah.
man. Took a bite of that Snickers and punched almost a hole in that thing.
Hey, did you see him punch that bag?
Yeah.
Dude, that pop. When you hear that pop on there, oh my gosh, bro!
connecting on the end of that
The
punch.
good thing is you'll be knocked out in sleep, so you won't feel nothing. So when you wake up a few days later and
Most merciful.
yeah, and you got soup,
You're
in
like,
your,
what's
yeah,
up?
Why is my jaw so sore?
yeah.
You
But
would
you,
smile.
but you called it. I could see Cole getting slapped one time, saying, "No, fuck this, Dude, give me my shit."
Let's go.
No, I don't need.
Hold
No,
on.
no, yeah.
Start taking off the shin guards. Hold the fuck on.
I don't need you in the corner. It's not going one round.
Yeah, done.
Get out the way.
Get the
out the
car
way.
running.
Get out the way. Get that ambulance fired up.
Real quick, Mike. Who are your picks? Real quick. 45 seconds.
Canelo by
All the fights taking place.
Canelo by TKO in 10th round. Virgil Ortiz. I think he's going to be the one to stop Herrera. I'll say 7th. Jojo Diaz probably by 4th round stoppage.
Yeah, his opponent hasn't been named yet.
Freddie Fonseca.
Oh, okay.
It was funny when he tried to punk Jojo, and Jojo just looked at him with like a grin. And was like, "All right, we'll see you on Saturday."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
I agree with you with those. I think Virgil Ortiz is going to look explosive, and he has a chance to make a statement. He has the platform.
Oh, that's why
and
7th round.
he's gonna run with it.
Yeah, and Better Biev's going to win. He's going to be in with a tough fighter though. Hot Rod is a good challenge. Flores is going to win, and I think Yerwin's going to win. But his fighter is unknown, which makes it very dangerous.
Okay, well here's my thing. You didn't really tell me and break down the Canelo Jacobs fight.
Canelo. All right, so Jacobs has to keep him at bay. He got to keep him at distance. If he's inside, Canelo's going to take him to school all day with the body work because Jacobs is too tall to try to reach over and get a body shot.
Does it
in.
go the distance?
No, 10 rounds.
Okay, 10 rounds. I like
TKO
it.
or
You're giving it
stoppage.
10 rounds?
I'm giving it 10 rounds.
Damn, I don't know shit about boxing. I only gave that thing 8 rounds.
No, Jacobs is a
For the reason you just talked about.
Jacobs is a very tough, solid fighter, but it's
The Miracle Man.
Now, did you take into consideration
He
that
kicked Cancer's ass.
punching up a lot for Canelo is going to deplete your arm strength and your arm later round arm strength?
the guy he fought last time was
just as tall?
was bigger.
Well, a lot of the translate when they
Yeah,
punch.
yeah,
him,
and
so.
that's the thing is that the style that he fights at. If you watch him, he has 2 different stances. he knows which way to throw.
Jacobs needs to stand tall in this fighter.
Oh, yeah.
If he squats down, but if he squats down
if he
in the
gives up his
pocket,
height, he's getting knocked out.
But when he's in the pocket, he's gonna have to squat down to get leverage and just
But that's
protect
the thing. It's gonna be the same way as when a taller fighter fights a shorter fighter. If they're both at the same spot, who's gonna land the first punch? The taller fighter's punch is gonna take a little longer.
Mike Tyson never had a problem with taller fighters.
Exactly.
But, I will say this on the Stockton card: look for Kilo to make a statement. I mean, he's not on the main card, but he is in his home, back on the huge platform. That man's been hungry to be fighting for top rank once again. To hear that auditorium just explode. And I want to say this, Flores is selling a lot of tickets, but so is Kilo, the kid Madero.
Oh, yeah.
So I look for him to make a statement, look explosive, and I look to see him win by left hook in the third round, no matter who
I was
they
going
put
to
in
say
front of
third
him.
round, left hook probably upstairs, and then that's it.
And I'm disappointed. I was looking forward to Isidro Ochoa displaying his skills and his talents there in Stockton, California. Now, I also want to talk about somebody who's been overlooked, somebody who hasn't really been getting that, because he's usually, when he's in a fight, he's always getting the recognition, he's always getting the exposure. And tomorrow we're going to have a one-on-one we discussed earlier, and that's Blake, the Beast. He is going to be in a tough fight. It's going to be he needs to take care of business early. The guy he's fighting has been 10 rounds 2 other times. So he's banking on trying to take Blake into the later
deep water.
into the later part of the fight. But I'm looking for an exchange to take place, and I see Blake winning by knockout in the 5th round.
He's got that power. He's got that power that whoever he hits, he can put to sleep. He's always got that.
Hey, don't it remind you of that dude? What's that freaking movie with Mr. Glass? And who was that other guy?
Bruce Willis?
No, not Bruce. That the character, and then he has. I'm not saying. Yeah, he reminds me of Split, dude. No, the freaking same resemblance.
Oh,
Blake, don't kick my ass tomorrow. No, but I mean, he just does.
What's his name?
He
James
just does.
McAvoy or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude's scary in that movie.
Hey,
Looks
did
like
you
a
see how
stalker version of Professor X?
Did you see how they had him work out just for that movie?
Oh yeah, they
No,
had
it's
him
very intense.
high protein, way heavy
Exactly.
weights.
I just had to throw that in there and to keep that stuff real. Gabriel Flores is going to look fantastic tomorrow.
Fourth round.
When he comes in, why'd you take my round? When he comes into that ring, you're going to see that young man feed off the crowd. His dad's going to come with him and just have some crazy swag with him, and that works for him. And it's something they've been dreaming about since day one. And I'm going to be looking at their eyes. I'm going to be looking at how he handles it, that he doesn't overwork himself, but he's a professional. Look for him to look explosive. Look for him to just look explosive.
Gabriel is one of the most composed people I've seen in boxing, period, and he's only 19 now. So
don't get me wrong. Gabriel's cocky, but that cockiness got him there.
Yeah, but he's composed to where he's not going to let that moment take over.
No, and he's a class act because he doesn't talk shit to people on Instagram. He keeps that shit to himself. He may, like anybody else, behind closed doors and knows how to do it, but he is very he handles himself like a true professional. And that goes from his upbringing, from his management, from his PR, from the whole nine. Yeah. And you got to remember, this kid's only been on this earth for 19 years.
Exactly.
That's it.
He just turned 19 today.
19. Today's his birthday.
Yep. So.
See, when people wonder why I don't fight anymore.
You got these youngsters.
You got these young guys that are just bred. Because here's the thing. When we started out fighting everything, the sport was still new. How to train properly, how to teach a guy properly was still being perfected. It was still being learned. You learned what worked. You learned what didn't. What learned for this guy who didn't work for that guy, and you had to learn how to change teaching techniques. Now it's just, we know how to build a beast. End of story. Get in line, kid.
Yeah, he's already 18 and he knows how to.
He prepared himself. He prepared himself for a day that's coming up. For a day like this.
That's what you have to, especially if you have a smart coach.
For a day like this, meaning at home, in front of everybody there. In front of everybody there. I got German Cajas winning. A decision. I'd like for him to start knocking people out, but I think that's a style.
I think this is the week that he'll do it.
Well, I'm hoping. And we're gonna go cover that and take care of that. So I'll probably be giving our picks again tomorrow. But I have Canelo winning the fight, but I have Jacobs winning some rounds.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna win
Definitely,
some rounds, but I just think eventually Canelo's gonna stop him.
And there you go. There we have it. There. Anything before we go, Cole?
That's it. I got nothing new. I'm just looking forward to when we can get the guys in here and start typing up their upcoming shows. Especially with Andy. When I went to talk to him, it was a real good opportunity. I want to see how that phone call went down.
Yeah.
When they called him, I'd love to talk to him about that phone call. What was it like? Like, who gave the phone call? Did they call him? His manager?
Yeah,
exactly.
Imagine it's coming from England. Andy was probably asleep.
Hey, that too.
Damn it, bro. All right, man.
Trying to sleep, fool. I'm on Cali time.
It's 2 in the morning over here, man. Yeah.
I just laid down. The Modelo's are cold. Leave me alone.
I also want to ask him, who's the first person you told?
Oh, that's
You
a
know
good
what I mean?
question. Who got the first phone
And
call?
if he had that surreal moment where he just goes in their room by himself, looks in the mirror, or tying his shoes and like,
be like that,
whoa.
like that just happened.
Yeah, well,
like,
dude,
that's what's
that
happening
means
next.
you just won the freaking lotto of boxing.
If he was that he just was woken up, he's probably like, all right, yeah, cool. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm going to New York.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
fighting for the heavyweight title.
Madison Square Garden.
Man.
Like, that's all a surreal moment.
Yeah.
that sets in.
There you go. Hey, we had a long show today. We had a great show today. It was good to have all the whole team back together. It was good to be back here in the studio. 2 more Tuesdays. I got some training to do, but then we're going to be coming back on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, tearing it up. And also, we're invading Stockton 2.0 NINE on Thursdays. The brand is out there. It's building. It's running. For you, the viewers, the fans, Matt Production Studios, KP behind the board, Co Escovedo, Big Mike, Rich Ortiz, your host with the most, because I got Co, you know? Hey, it's always a wrap here. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week.
Remember.
It's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, Cole Escovedo, the special guests, and all the crew right here at the Kick-Ass Podcast, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.